What's up, everybody? It's Keefe. You're watching The Weekly Ritual. Let's get started. A quick rundown of features here at Ghost Cult. On the interview front, we chatted with Joey from Kiss and Candace all about their brand new video Ghosted and the re-release of that track as a single, work on his haunted house in Long Island, as well as new Kiss and Candace music on the way. Also, we talked to Piran all about their brand new record. On the podcast front, we talked to Ken J of Static X. Static X's new album, Project Regeneration, Volume 1, is out now. Also, Ghost Cult scribe Duncan Evans chatted with Henry Derrick Ellis. You may know Henry from his turn as the vocalist of Scar the Martyr and his current gig as the singer of Act of Defiance with former members of Megadeth and Shadows Fall. And also, Henry is an accomplished solo outlaw country artist, and Duncan and Henry talked about all those things. I chatted with Cammy from Oceans of Slumber. Oceans of Slumber's self-titled new album is coming out soon from Century Media Records. And now it's time for the news rundown. In some good news, bad news, Black Label Society finally rebooked their tour with Obituary and Lord Dying, favorite band of ours. Of course, that tour was originally slated to take place this March, rebooked for this summer, and now postponed until summer 2021. Some of those dates had to be canceled, but the majority of the tour will take place in mid-July next year. Metallica finally announced their long-anticipated S&M 2 giant deluxe Blu-ray and concert album. S&M 2 concerts took place last September with the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra at the time brand new Chase Center in the Bay Area. Of course, you may remember the controversy surrounding those shows. It was supposed to be one concert. Metallica was implicated in a price-fixing scandal with Live Nation to parse out the best tickets for scalpers and not fans. Metallica added a fans-only second show. Both shows were recorded for this DVD, and the deluxe version is quite impressive with all kinds of awesome vinyls and even sheet music. Corey Taylor has unveiled details about his upcoming solo album, including a teaser for a video and a single. He gave an interview to Terry Beezer from NotFest.com, and Corey went through all the details about how he put the band together, the genesis of the songwriting. Some songs have gone back to his teenagehood before he was ever in a band. So pretty cool. I think we'll be hearing some new Corey Taylor solo music soon. In other news, Burton C. Bell of Fear Factory's Ascension of the Watchers band has announced their brand new album coming out on Dissonance Records this fall. It's pretty exciting. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting any new Fear Factory music for the time being. Ascension of the Watchers is kind of an ambient industrial band, a little more chill and not the aggro heaviness that you're used to from Fear Factory. But if you haven't checked out the previous records, I do recommend them. Bay Area thrash legends Psychosomatic released a brand new single, We Don't Trust You. Their brand new album is coming out this fall. Full of Hell has done it again. They are the reigning champs of collaborating with other bands and putting out side projects and little albums. And they just collaborated with the industrial band Health for a split release called Full of Health, which is hysterical. The track's killer, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's out this Friday. In some other big news, Code Orange has revealed more details about their upcoming Mud TV live stream on July 30th, and it's going to include special guest host Ricky Rackman, formerly of Headbangers Ball. You know we're big fans of Ricky and the Ball here, and Code Orange released a joint teaser with Ricky all about the show. He's going to ride his motorcycle from the Carolinas up to Pittsburgh, where Code Orange is based. He's going to host the live stream with the band. They're going to play videos, Headbangers Ball style, that Code Orange has already picked out. And Ricky gave further details about this on a recent live stream with Leah Vendetta on his channel. Ricky does his annual Ricky's Ride for charity. This is the 20th year of that. You definitely want to check that information out at rickysride.com. And Ricky gave some special hints about what to expect from the show, including possibly some live videos from a band from France, Gojira, I'm guessing. If you haven't been following Gimme Radio, you know we're big fans of Gimme Radio here at Ghost Cult. The streaming radio app not only has metal, they have rock, country, and a bunch of other genres, but metal is the thing that put them on the map. They just did a week of Relapse Records bands, and they have a bunch of other guest spots coming up this week with guest hosts and curated playlists for your listening pleasure of all the heavy music needs you have. Gimme Radio also does a weekly top 10 chart, which is amazing. All the best underground bands. There's no top 10 chart you're used to. It's no top 10 chart you're used to. So definitely check out Gimme Radio on their app or at their website to sign up for free. AC/DC's Back in Black is turning 40 next week, and the band has begun celebrating. They started a video series of behind-the-scenes videos on their YouTube channel, as well as releasing more live footage, including a live clip of What You Do for Money from the Back in Black tour in 1981. Ghost Cult will be running a feature on the history of the band and the Back in Black release next week. Sleep may be the pinnacle stoner doom band in the world, but now there's a beer inspired by them. Hop Smoker from Widowmaker Brewery in Massachusetts is inspired, obviously, in name and style from the Dope Smoker album, and the can even features the Weedian characters and a decorative font that looks like the Dope Smoker font. We've heard good things about that beer. Widowmaker always kills it with their brews, so definitely worth checking out. Hail, Sleep, hail, Matt Pike. Tower Records, the venerable record chain that lasted for 50 years in all over the world, is now back as an online retailer. Technically, they never went out of business as an online store, but they've relaunched their shop with a lot of custom content, custom exclusive vinyls, and a whole lot more. As soon as you see that distinctive yellow and red colors of Tower Records, for me personally, being an old school record store head, it was very comforting and awesome to see. I used to haunt the New York City Tower Records. Tower Records in Japan still is in operation. They spun off from the main company that ceased to exist in 2006, I believe. And now they're back online. Go check them out at towerrecords.com and pick you up some merch. Now, a quick look at who rules at streaming. Our weekly look at bands and artists doing cool stuff online to keep us all entertained. Charlie Benante is at it again. He joined up with his girlfriend Carla Harvey of Butcher Babies, guitar legend Alex Skolnick, and Suicidal Tendencies bassist Ron Diaz to cover Kiss's Come On and Love Me, complete with Carla in Paul Stanley makeup. This was done as a tribute to late bassist David Z. David Z passed away 3 years ago this week in the horrible Adrenaline Mob bus crash. We were very sad by that. And actually, there's a lot of David Z streaming activity this week. There was a huge live streaming concert for the David Z Foundation, which included superstars from rock and metal, including Mike Portnoy, Dee Snider, most of the Sons of Apollo's guys, Richie Kotzen, Eddie Trunk, a whole lot more. Definitely worth checking out if you can. You can still donate to the David Z Foundation. Super cool of Charlie and his friends celebrating the life of an awesome guy passed away too soon. Joe Altieri of Brand New Sin. Joe actually has been doing live streams and covers for years online, not just now during the pandemic. You can always tune into his Instagram for his piano and vocal covers of awesomeness. And we're huge fans of Joe and Brand New Sin. Brand New Sin, of course, reunited last spring, 2019, for a one-off reunion show of their original band. And we're still hoping and holding out hope that Brand New Sin will return someday with some new music and a tour, because that would rule. And of course, next week at the virtual San Diego Comic-Con, Nuclear Blast, which always has a presence at the con with a booth and signings and fun exclusives, is going to have a series of live streams on their Twitch channel with a bunch of Nuclear Blast bands celebrating the con, which they would have been at in person. So Suicide Silence, Testament, Epica, many other bands, exclusive merch, all kinds of cool things, Q&As with each band, live performances, playthroughs, anything's possible. So great job, Nuclear Blast. We're very sad to see all these conventions like Comic-Con canceled. We're big geeks here. We cover Comic-Cons as well. So hopefully we get that back next year in person. But in the meantime, good on you, Nuclear Blast, making the best of it. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe with the notification below. Now it's time for a rundown of all the new albums coming out for New Music Friday this week, July 17, 2020. Anul Nathrak is coming out with a series of vinyl reissues on Spine Farm Records. Angel Dust is releasing their new record. Bush is releasing their brand new record, The Kingdom. Conan and Dead Smoke are having a split release on Heavy Psych Sounds Records. Dark Sarah, Symphonic Metal, their new album Grim is coming out on Napalm Records. You can find that review at Ghost Cult. Drone Flower, In the Air Tonight. We were talking about that last week in our news section. That is Marissa Nadler and Steven Brodsky of Cave In and Old Man Gloom. Entry, some great hardcore punk out of LA. And we interviewed Sarah from that band. Their debut, Detriment, is coming out on Southern Lord Records this week. Gang of Four's posthumous record, Antihero, is releasing this week. German stoner doom band Might is releasing their self-titled EP. Necrophobic's new record is coming out on Century Media Records. South Africa's Nuclear Winter is releasing their new EP, including a Frank Sinatra cover you don't want to miss. Classic rockers Pretenders are back with their new album Hate for Sale. Ramallah, the old school hardcore band, is coming out with their new album on Solid State Records. The Hate Club is releasing their new record via the label group /In Grooves. And of course, Zombie is releasing their new album 2020 via Relapse Records. And now it's time for the mailbag. Cool stuff we're getting in the mail. Things we pulled off the record and bookshelf to keep ourselves entertained as this year from hell drags on. First up on the mailbag this week, the shirt I'm wearing, which reads, "Death in my metal, not in my streets." This awesome shirt from Creeping Death Designs out of Massachusetts gave proceeds to Black Lives Matter causes and is made by the awesome people over at Creeping Death Designs. Christina rules. She makes incredible clothing and fashion for rockers and performers, so definitely check that out. Also this week, I got the brand new CD from Static X, Project Regeneration Volume 1. The deluxe CD version has 2 booklets, including a deluxe expanded one with thanks to all their fans from the original crowdfunding campaign and detailed liner notes and tributes to Wayne Static. If you haven't checked this album out, I reviewed it for Ghost Cult. The album's fantastic. If you're a big fan of the band, you're going to not be disappointed by this comeback. And please support these guys because they're doing everything they can to pay tribute to Wayne. And last and not least, for our vinyl pick of the week, Overkill's deluxe edition of The Electric Age on vinyl. This was a Record Store Day release from 2019 off of E1 Records, and this bad boy has 4 LP sides, a custom layout, and an incredible neon green vinyl, which I'll show you in a second. The 4th side of this album has some awesome Overkill classics performed live on tour. Beautiful Overkill bright green. None more metal than Overkill. Get your own logo, Avenged Sevenfold. That's it for the weekly ritual. If you enjoyed this video and you watched this far, check out some of our interviews right here at this button. And as Ricky Rackman would say, keep one foot in the gutter and one fist in the goal.